y'all, it's me Alex. Today I'm doing a little first impressions on the I Heart Revolution and the Aristocats Stay Sassy palette. Now, meow, I am a huge fan of the Aristocats. I don't stan that many Disney licensed properties. For me it is Marvel and the Aristocats here. The Scales and Arpeggio song is literally at this point the only song I know how to play on the piano, but I know all of the songs by heart, let's be honest. This was probably the first movie that I showed to Goose and Ivy when we adopted them because they need some positive role models in their life. And I had a $10 coupon at Ulta for my birthday, so I decided that I absolutely had to have this. Now, I haven't particularly enjoyed a lot of Makeup Revolution products. I know that this is I Heart Revolution as opposed to Makeup Revolution. I've heard like mixed reviews as to which one is which. I don't know. The last Makeup Revolution palette that I had really bought was the Emily Noel palette, which I ended up decluttering last year. It wasn't bad, but it was definitely a lot more muted than what I had anticipated and what I particularly enjoy. But you know, I think that this one is pretty fun. I had a fun time playing with it. You will see some more of my like official thoughts at the end. So if you would like to see me, you know, play with this look, kind of hang out with me, play with these shadows, let's just get into the video. Okay, so since this palette kind of comes like this, it does not have a mirror. So I'm going to be using this one from the Melt and Beetlejuice collection, which that gives very different energy. Okay, so I also am going to just like clip this little thing because that looks like it can be torn off hopefully without me like murdering the palette. Okay, well that didn't come off at the perforation. Whatever, ignoring that. Okay, I'm gonna apply my NYX HD eyeshadow primer as always because it's the greatest. I also definitely should have done my brows here. Let me bring you in a little closer. Hi, you can see my face. Okay, what sort of look do I want to do? Because I'm kind of leaning towards like the pinky purpley tones because that's kind of obviously what the palette largely is. But obviously I'm wearing yellow, but honestly after this I'm gonna just be doing a lot of editing. I'm not gonna see anyone. So will it bother y'all if I do something that won't match my shirt? Like, is that a thing that's going to bug you? Oh yeah, you can't talk back to me. I think I'm gonna go for some pinks and purples. So sorry if that is not great. Okay, I'm going to begin with Frou Frou here, this matte kind of peach-ish but muted shade. I think that would be a good choice as a transition, and I'm using that on the Melt and Beetlejuice big ol' fluffy crease brush. This would be a really cute blush. Like, it's barely on my eyes right now, and I already think that it's going to be a very pretty blush. Oh, that performs really nicely. The last Makeup Revolution palette from like anything under that umbrella I had tried was the Emily Noel palette, and it's like, it was fine, but it very much didn't perform in the way that I kind of expected it to, so I gave it to a friend of mine. Just because y'all know I love very bright, bold, pigmented shadows, and I feel like Makeup Revolution shadows can lean a bit more on the muted side. If this goes well, there's a couple of other palettes that I might be interested in trying from them. Then I think I'm gonna use Beloved. This one, this matte bright pink, and I'm going to work that on the outer corner. Yeah, this is going to be very like femme today. Yeah, and I'm just working that into the outer V with a slightly more precise brush. That performs really well. I'm gonna go back in with more of Frou Frou just to kind of blend that out. This palette also gives me major like Natasha Denona Love palette vibes, but like expanded. Do I want to build up even more of that? But I think I don't want to do anything too terribly intense and mess this up because I do like how the two shades just like really work well together. I think maybe if I start to do some more of like the satiny type shades, then that might be a good addition. Work on the lid. This is just very overwhelming because there's 36 shades in this palette, which is a lot for me, and I would say for anyone this is more than your average Morphe palette, and we all know how that goes. So okay, I would like to begin with Madame, and I'll put that kind of towards the outer portion of my lid. So since that one's kind of a burgundy, satiny, shimmery-ish shade, okay, I think that looks pretty nice. I might, after I kind of do the lid, I might want to go back and add a little bit more depth. We're gonna see. And then I think I'm going to use Meow here as sort of the inner portion of my lid shade, and I'm just using literally the other side of the flat brush. That's really pretty. Like, it's not particularly metallic or textury like what I normally kind of see in a lot of indie shadows, and I didn't really expect that. Honestly, I had zero expectations of this palette, but this look is really nice. I am very happy with it. So I'm going to use this Elfin J Kiss J2 brush, and I want to have a little fun with some of the purple shades. So I think I'm going to start with Swinging Cat here as kind of what I would consider a transition for my lower lash line. That's really nice. That's very, like, that's pretty pigmented. And I think that that shade, I expected it to be a lot more cool toned from how it looks in the pan, but I think it actually plays with the warmer, brighter tones on the upper lash line pretty nicely. I'm just going to kind of blend that into the outer corner where I'm kind of winging everything out. You know, everything kind of matches. Okay, and then I'm going to use this more like detailed brush and go in with Feline Beat. Just a little bit closer to my lash line itself to deepen everything up, because you'll know I like something a little bit smoky going on my lower lash line. And then finally for my inner corner highlight, I'm going to use this shade right here, which is Creme de la Creme a la Edgar. The last part wasn't in there, but I can't not like finish it like that, honestly. Oh, that's really nice and sparkly. That's extra shimmery. I like it. Okay, so that is kind of the finished eyeshadow portion of this look. I'm just gonna go do my mascara and the rest of my face, and I will be back with my final thoughts. Okay, so here we have the finished look. I'm using one of the Space Glaze lip glosses from Drench Cosmetics, and overall, I'm actually super surprised with how this palette performed. Now, I wasn't expecting honestly anything with this palette. I didn't do any research about it. All I saw was Aristocats and I hit add to cart. I normally try to make more informed decisions than that, but I'm a magpie. So the mattes actually performed really nicely. I think the purples turned out a little bit less cool toned on the eyes than they did in the pan, which is actually pretty nice because I think that complements what I did in my crease and my lid pretty nicely. And I think overall that these tones are actually pretty complementary on my eyes. I don't think that if you get this palette, you should have exemplary expectations. And obviously I only used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shades out of 36. So obviously I haven't tried everything, but if all of the shadows perform like this, I think that if you are an Aristocats fan and you do like these sorts of tones, then it's not a bad idea to get this. I don't think it's going to be the most fantastic palette in the world, but you know? And also, if you're kind of attracted to the tones in the Natasha Denona Love palette, but would love to have something a little bit more expanded with some golds in there, and you also don't want to pay Natasha Denona prices and you want a cute cat on the packaging, this could be a good option for you as well. I've never tried Natasha Denona shadows, so I'm sure that they're a bit more pigmented, a little bit more metallic, whatever. This works just fine for me. I am going to play with this palette a lot more so that way I can get my full thoughts. If y'all would like a 3 looks and full on review, let me know down below so that way I can know that that is something that y'all would like for me to put my time and energy into. So that is kind of my thoughts on this palette. I had a fun time creating this look. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. And I will see y'all in my next one. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Bye!